my amazing fourth graders, and welcome back for a little short video on how to finish up your optical illusion art by adding some color and value, because we remember that one of our 6 ways that we can create the illusion of space is with value or highlights and shadows. So what you're going to need today is, of course, your artwork outlined, and either color pencils or even crayons will do fine. So you won't need your ruler today, just colored pencils. Now, the way that I have really accentuated the fact that the dot is raised up out of the checkered board background is the fact that I've made this middle part here lighter, and then I've added darker value. I've gone over my colored pencil multiple times here on the edge, as well as added an actual gray or black shadow. Now, I've not done it here on this edge or this edge, and these ones look pretty flat, I think, because of that. So we really want to add that shadow around. So I'm going to go ahead and do just a few of the squares here on this one to show you how you can go ahead and use your colored pencils to create that effect. I'm going to use those same colors that I did on this one, because I really love that teal color. So when we are doing our colored pencil, make sure that you are coloring in 3 directions. So I've colored up and down. Now I'm going to come and color side to side, and that helps me get all the way to the edge of my shape. And then I'm going to go ahead and color diagonally as well. And this helps me to layer my colored pencil and make it nice and thick in the value. Now, when I come to this square, though, I want this one to be lighter. So I am going to press lighter with my colored pencil to begin. Light, horizontally, or vertically. Now horizontally. And then I can go in diagonally. But now, boys and girls, when I do my diagonal, I'm actually going to curve my colored pencil, because that can even further enhance the illusion that this object is a sphere and not just a circle that I've drawn onto my paper. And I'm going to make this corner over here a bit darker than this corner down here, because this one is closer to the top. We're going to imagine that there is a light shining down onto our sphere. And as it gets further towards the edge of the circle, it disappears into a shadow. Okay. Now, many of you have started with your coloring, and I can see that you've done your pattern properly. Thank you for those of you who have sent me photos through Art Sonia. That really helps me know that you guys are working hard at home and keeping up on our learning. Boys and girls, as you begin coloring, you are going to figure out that doing the checkered board pattern can be sometimes a little bit difficult, especially when you're trying to color the circles, the squares that are inside the sphere versus outside on the foreground. And the way that I make sure that I am doing it properly is I start with the squares that are here, closest to the line of the horizontal and vertical. And I go ahead and line up and see, well, this one is supposed to be white, and so that means this one is supposed to be colored. And then something I do is I just take my colored pencil and I tick diagonally and vertically and horizontally which of those boxes, oops, that one was not supposed to be. I can take an eraser and erase that. Which one of those boxes is supposed to be colored? So then, once I'm coloring, I can go ahead and just be confident that wherever I'm coloring is supposed to be. Because we can often get confused in an area like this, for example, where this one almost looks like it should be attached to this square, but it is not, because these two are in fact in different rows. Especially when this line here is so curved, it almost appears as though these two should be connected, but in fact they are not. So boys and girls, 2 things that I have for you today as you are coloring is that you make sure your colored pencil is going in 3 different directions. So vertically, horizontally, and diagonally. Then a way that you can ensure that you are coloring in the correct square is to start with the squares that are closest to your vertical and horizontal. So this row, this column, those ones. Now the last thing that I am going to emphasize for you today is how you can go about creating that shadow around the outside of your sphere. Just like how we were coloring this one from the dark to the light inside of the square, we want to do the same thing with our shadow. Whenever there is a shadow, it is darkest right next to the object. You can see there's a shadow next to my sharpener, but as that shadow goes away, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. So you can see it a little bit more. So it is super dark next to it, but then it fades away into no shadow. So we want to create that same type of illusion with our sphere, coloring harder or darker next to our sphere, and I'm going to accentuate this shadow a lot, and then lighten it up as it goes away. Dark, 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 medium as it's traveling away from the sphere, and then lighter. I'm going to do it over here where you can definitely see how the difference of value is. So medium and then super light. Blend in all of those pencil marks so we even trick the eye more and more. Going over your color pencil multiple times can help blend in all of your pencil strokes and create a smooth value. This will help trick the eye even more as we continue creating these optical illusions. All right, boys and girls, what I'm expecting from you is that once you have finished coloring in your whole optical illusion, adding in a shadow around your sphere with a smooth value, please upload it to ArtSonia so I can see how you are progressing through these skills. All right, boys and girls, have a fun time creating.